In 1956, Chrysler spent 15 months and tens of thousands of working hours creating a car unlike anything America had ever seen. It had hidden headlights, a futuristic glass roof, a powerful V8 engine, and a body handcrafted in Italy. Only one was ever built. But Chrysler's designers never got to stand beside it at an auto show. The public never got to see it driving down an American street. In fact, the car never even reached the United States. Because just days before its grand unveiling, the Chrysler Norseman disappeared beneath the Atlantic Ocean, trapped inside one of the most famous shipwrecks in history. And nearly 70 years later, what remains of Chrysler's lost dream car is still down there. The Chrysler Norseman, the dream car lost at sea. Chapter 1. Chrysler's dream car era. To understand the Norseman, we have to go back to Detroit in the 1950s. American car companies were fighting for attention. Concept cars were becoming rolling predictions of the future, longer, lower, and more dramatic than anything sitting in a dealership. And at Chrysler, the man helping shape that future was legendary designer Virgil Exner. Exner wanted Chrysler vehicles to break away from the conservative, upright shapes of the past. His design philosophy would eventually become known as the forward look, a movement towards sleek bodies, sweeping lines, and styling inspired by aircraft. But the Norseman was supposed to go even further. Chrysler began developing the car in 1955 for the 1957 auto show circuit. The project was handled through Chrysler's Imperial Design Studio, with designer William Brownlee playing a major role in its development. This was not supposed to be another mildly customized production car. The Norseman was intended to prove that Chrysler could build something the world had never seen before. Chapter 2. The car with the floating roof. The most radical feature was its roof. On a normal car, the roof is supported near the front by the pillars surrounding the windshield. The Norseman used a cantilevered design that was supported primarily from the rear, creating the appearance of a roof floating over the passenger compartment. That gave the windshield and side glass an unusually open panoramic appearance. There was also a power-operated glass panel measuring approximately 12 square feet that could retract forward, essentially an enormous powered sunroof decades before panoramic roofs became common. The body was enormous. The Norseman measured approximately 228 inches long, riding on a 129-inch wheelbase. That made it longer than many full-size luxury cars and one of the largest Chrysler dream cars of its era. But despite its size, the body appeared low and athletic. It had concealed headlights, sharply sculpted rear fins, flared wheel openings, and a sweeping roofline that flowed into the rear bodywork. Chrysler described the exterior as two-tone metallic green, with touches of red inside the wheel openings. There is one problem, though. No confirmed original color photograph of the completed car is known to exist. The few surviving factory photographs are black and white. Most of the colorful images we see today are paintings, models, or modern colorizations based on Chrysler's description. So even before it sank, the Norseman was already becoming something of a mystery. Chapter 3. Built by hand in Italy. Chrysler designed the Norseman in America, but the company did not build it in Detroit. The job was given to Carrozzeria Ghia in Turin, Italy. During this period, Chrysler frequently worked with Ghia to transform American engineering drawings into fully functioning, hand-built show cars. This project was especially difficult because of the unusual roof structure. According to historical accounts, Ghia spent around 50,000 working hours and approximately 15 months constructing the Norseman. Its reported cost was about $150,000 in 1950s money, an extraordinary investment for a vehicle that would never be mass-produced. And this was not an empty shell designed only to sit beneath auto show lights. The Norseman was fully operational. Under its enormous hood was a 331 cubic inch Chrysler V8, producing a reported 235 horsepower. It was connected to a 2-speed PowerFlight automatic transmission controlled by push buttons. Inside were 4 individually adjustable bucket seats. The front seats could pivot to make climbing into the rear easier, and the interior included retracting lap belts, an unusual safety consideration during an era when many American cars did not include seat belts as standard equipment. After more than a year of work, Ghia finally completed it. Chrysler's missing masterpiece was ready to come home. Chapter 4. The Final Journey. On July 17, 1956, the Norseman was loaded aboard the Italian luxury liner Andrea Doria in Genoa. It was not simply parked beside the passengers' automobiles. The one-of-one concept was carefully placed inside a wooden shipping crate and loaded into the ship's No. 2 cargo hold. Its destination was New York City. From there, Chrysler planned to prepare it for the American auto show circuit. The Andrea Doria was one of Italy's greatest symbols of post-war pride. The 697-foot ocean liner contained elaborate artwork, luxury lounges, and 3 outdoor swimming pools. Its hull was divided into watertight compartments, and it carried 2 radar systems, technology that was still relatively new aboard passenger ships. It appeared to be the perfect ship for transporting Chrysler's priceless new creation. But on the night of July 25th, the Andrea Doria was approaching the American coast through thick fog near Nantucket. Traveling in the opposite direction was the Swedish passenger liner Stockholm. Both ships detected one another on radar, but the crews formed conflicting interpretations of where the other vessel was heading. Instead of safely passing, they began maneuvering toward the same patch of ocean. Chapter 5. Collision in the fog. Shortly after 11 p.m., the ships finally became visible to one another through the fog. By then, it was too late. Stockholm's reinforced bow slammed into the starboard side of the Andrea Doria, cutting approximately 30 feet into the larger ship's hull. Passengers were thrown from beds and chairs. Walls collapsed. Cabins were destroyed. The impact killed 5 people aboard Stockholm and dozens aboard the Andrea Doria. The damaged liner immediately began listing heavily to one side. That angle made half of its lifeboats impossible to launch. For several terrifying hours, nearby ships raced toward the scene. The French liner Île-de-France arrived, illuminated the darkness with its floodlights, and helped carry hundreds of survivors to safety. In total, approximately 1,660 passengers and crew were rescued. But 51 people died as a result of the collision, 46 aboard the Andrea Doria and 5 aboard Stockholm. At 10:09 the following morning, the Andrea Doria rolled onto its side and disappeared beneath the Atlantic. Inside its cargo hold was the Chrysler Norseman. 15 months of work, 50,000 labor hours, and Chrysler's only example of the car gone before most of its own designers had ever seen it completed. Chapter 6. Idea car lost. The loss of an automobile was understandably a minor detail compared with the human tragedy unfolding at sea. On July 26th, Chrysler issued a brief announcement with a painfully simple message. Idea car lost on the Andrea Doria. There would be no dramatic unveiling. No nationwide auto show tour. No magazine road tests. The Norseman disappeared before the public had the opportunity to decide whether it was beautiful, strange, or years ahead of its time. Chrysler never built a replacement. Perhaps reconstructing such a complicated handmade vehicle would have been too expensive. Perhaps the moment had simply passed. Whatever the reason, the photographs and drawings became the only real record of what had been created. For decades, car enthusiasts wondered whether the Norseman might somehow still be recognizable inside the wreck. The answer eventually came from beneath the ocean. Chapter 7. The car. At the bottom of the sea, the Andrea Doria rests in roughly 240 feet of water. Strong currents, poor visibility, and the wreck's deteriorating structure have made it one of the world's most dangerous recreational diving locations. More than a dozen divers have reportedly died while exploring the wreck over the decades. Underwater explorer David Bright entered the cargo area and reported seeing the remains of the Norseman in 1994. By then, its wooden crate had disintegrated. Decades of saltwater exposure had reduced much of the metal body to severe corrosion and an indistinguishable mass. According to Bright's account, the remaining tires helped confirm the car's location and identity. The Norseman had finally been found, but it was far beyond any realistic restoration. Even reaching it again would be extremely dangerous as the Andrea Doria continues collapsing in on itself. The car is no longer sitting untouched in a perfect crate, waiting for someone to raise it. That version exists only in our imagination. Final thoughts. Had the Norseman arrived in New York, it might have become one of Chrysler's most celebrated concept cars. It might have influenced an entire generation of American automotive design. Or it might have toured the auto show circuit for a few years before being pushed into storage and forgotten. We will never know. Instead, the Norseman became something far more haunting. A car nearly everyone has heard about, but almost no one ever saw. A one-of-one Chrysler that traveled thousands of miles from an Italian workshop, came within a few hundred miles of reaching America, and then vanished beneath the Atlantic. It was built to show the world what the automobile of the future could look like. But its first journey became its last. So here is the question. Had the Chrysler Norseman survived, do you think it would be remembered today as a genuine automotive masterpiece? Or would it have become just another forgotten concept car? Let us know in the comments. And subscribe to the Car Quiz Garage for more rare cars with stories that sound too crazy to be true.